whatever show you wanted to see, whatever we wanted to go watch. When did that become like, oh, he just took me to this. He just did that for me. He didn't. I understand that there's really not much flair to it, but it's still a time that we spent together doing something that I assume we both like to do. But for some reason, it's just become like, oh, he's just doing that for me. It's not like worthy of like a thank you or anything like that. It's just, oh, he just. I understand that. It's just that's just a kind of boring. It's unoriginal. I'll say it's an unoriginal date, but how the hell are we supposed to be original with all of our dates when there's like 4.5 billion of us running around doing the same goddamn thing? Haha. I was smart. I still got cut a little bit, but I was smart about it. This is a strange place to be. And I'm not saying, like, all women are like this. It's just the last one that I dated. The last one I took out on a date. It just felt like, hey, yeah, thanks for the dinner and a movie. And just left. I got a thanks, but it was like, one of those thanks is like, thanks, but not really. Maybe I was just bad on the date, and I get that. I understand that, but we end up going on like 2 others. And it was just something felt wrong about the first one. Because it was like, oh, I didn't step my game up for her. Like, come on now. I don't get it. Like, that's just how I felt about that situation. I know that there's not a lot of women who do that, and I have a hard time not just being down on that one date, but it felt weird. It felt like I was being asked to do. Like, what I did was bad. Like, I did a bad thing. Like, because what we decided to go do, or what I decided to do, like, I asked somebody on a date to go do that with me. Like, I did the wrong thing. And then I was watching listening to a Bill Burr podcast, which I highly recommend. I'm a big fan of Bill Burr, one of the funniest comedians of all time, in my opinion. I enjoy his work a lot. And he was doing a podcast, and he brought the same situation where this woman said that movies, like a movie and a show, dinner and a show of any kind, was standard. And I don't know how that got me in such a weird way. Like, I don't know how to feel about that. What do you mean standard? I'm on a college... What the hell? This one... What the fuck is this? The gatehouse. Okay. There ain't shit in here. Go me. But... I have a feeling other guys know what I'm saying. I don't know. I usually don't bring relationship things into this, because I usually don't have one. But, you know, every now and then I try. Every now and then I say, like, hey, this girl's interesting. I like her. She's a person I would like to spend some more time with. Let's go on a date. And I'll get something called a steak, and she'll get something called a salad. And I'm going to eat the big piece of meat. She's going to have half of her salad, have the dressing on the side, and then eat my fries. So, that's how this works. I understand women. It really irked me, because I get, maybe it wasn't a good movie. Maybe she didn't like the movie. I don't know. Maybe I was just bad on the date. Who knows? Who knows? besides her and Jesus, nobody knows the trouble she's seen. Nobody knows but Jesus. And that's the key. Jesus. It's daytime down here now, which is strange. I'm just all over the fucking place in here. I'm exploring. I'm trying to find Nirnroot. I'm listening for Nirnroot. I'm talking about shit that I probably shouldn't be talking about. Like relationships. Because relationships are a difficult thing to really talk about. Especially mine. My relationships have not been stellar. Like, the longest I've dated someone was 6 months. And I knew at like 3 months that it was going to be over. But at that point, I was like, alright, I'm in it. Because there are certain things that I want out of this relationship that have not happened yet. And you can imagine... I'm back at the beginning. You can imagine what I'm talking about. But, at the same time, what does that mean? Hey, one, I didn't know if I wanted to be the one to say, we're done. I didn't know if that was my thing, if I was going to say that or what, because I don't know how to do that. Like, I don't know how to break up with someone in a gentle way. Really, I could just say, hey, I don't like the way this is going. I think we need to stop. I think we need to see other people. I think you need to see other people. I need to be alone, because that's how it ends up. But I can say that to myself now. But when I say that to someone, like if I'm breaking up with somebody, I don't know how to say it. Like, yo, we done. We're out. Goodbye. Or I'll just send it as a text message like, hey, I don't know how to do it. I just don't. And I've never actually sent the text. I've had it written out, but I never sent it because, like, this isn't the right way to do this. Because in my mind, I know, like, this is the wrong way to do things. Look at this dude scratching his ass. Don't you wake that fucking... God damn it. Oh. Here, let's get a twofer. I didn't get a twofer, but it worked. Fuck you. God damn it. Would you... Thank you. Well, relationships are difficult. No matter what stage you're in. Aside from, like, the honeymoon stage that you get to be in twice. Or 3 times. At a certain point, twice. 1, when you're first going out. 2, when you first get married. And then after that, it's just a fight. As far as I've heard. I get a lot of information of, like, don't do that, or don't get married and stuff like that. I get that advice a lot from people I know. I'm like, look, I don't know if I ever want to get married. I don't know if that's in my future or not. It's hard to find someone you can relate with on such a level that you're like, you know what? I don't think there will ever be a problem that we can't work our way through in the future. I don't know if I'll ever find someone like that. Because let's face it, is that too much to ask for? Probably. But at the same time, is it something that is, like, something you have to do if you're going to decide to get married? Is that something that you have to have? And in my opinion, yes. That there has to be something in your... There has to be a point where you're like, okay, if I spend the rest of my life with this person, can I work out whatever happens as long as it's not, like, infidelity? That's the one thing I draw the line at. Like, you're going to cheat on me, we're done. Like, that's the limit for me. I don't know if that's everyone's limit. That could not be. I don't know. People have their own things. But to me, that is the one moment that's like, I can't work past that. But everything else, is it possible to work our way out of financial issues, sickness, all the things they list off at the wedding ceremony? And you have to really ask yourself, is there something that you, like, if this person decides that she's going to stop working at some point, can I handle what she's about to throw at me? Like, no matter what the reason is there a point where I can say, I've been there. I think I've been in the pump house. What the fuck? I'm not going back in there. I had no idea I came down here. I don't want to be down here.